Welcome, everybody, to Age of Radio, Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. We are back in the 3T Warrior Academy studio, which I'm sure that might not mean anything to anybody else. But if you're new to this show, we talk about podcasting and pop culture news. I am just back from California. On Wednesday, I was at Disneyland and I was at California Adventure. But before that, the Mercury team, or some of the Mercury team, was at WonderCon, a pop culture conference in Anaheim. So make sure that wherever you're watching this, you check out the playlist for WonderCon on the Mercury by Age of Radio YouTube channel, because you will see some great interviews from some authors, including one of the authors and editors of Never Whistle at Night, which I thought was interesting because of the fact that the week before, my partner Maria and I, we were at a bookstore at Barnes and Noble, and she bought that Never Whistle at Night book. And then there at WonderCon was the editor and one of the authors of one of the short stories. And if you're wondering why we're coming in at the 3T Warrior Academy studio, it's because the 3T Warrior Academy has a brand new podcast, the Wealth Transfer Podcast. It goes live on Fridays at 12:15 p.m. I wasn't there last week because of the fact that I was driving to WonderCon in Anaheim for our Mercury live show. But I just got off of this podcast, so head on over to the 3T Warrior Academy podcast. We talk about the economy. We talk about wealth, the transfer of wealth. If you don't know, I have a background in finance. I have a financial education company, a financial literacy company called 3T Warrior Academy. So make sure that you check out that live show, and it will be here soon wherever you get your podcast, and also available on Spotify. So with that being said, though, Trey, I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. How have you been, sir? What is going on in your life, and what is going on in Grandma's life?
Grandma's in Billings this weekend, actually. She went
Is
to
Billings a place in Montana, or is it a financial thing?
it's a city in it's in the lower east part of Montana. Beautiful city. We have family there, and Grandma's going to go to St. Patrick's Cathedral, which is a beautiful church if you've ever been there. So that's what she's doing. As for me, I've actually had a pretty productive week. Not only did I get Scriptate going, it is now on the App Store.
What? We can all go to the App Store and download it. Dustin, you have an iPhone? Go on to the App Store and download it right now. And you can click that QR code in that corner right there, and you can go get Scriptate.
Yep.
I did that this time. Good job, Dustin. For people that don't know what Scriptate is, Trey, can you do a quick rundown?
Yes, it is an audio cue card teleprompter app. It takes your scripts, you can type them in, paste them in, import them from various file types like Word, Pages, and PDF. It will separate them by line or paragraph, or sentence or paragraph rather, and then it will use AI to create cues for you if you have the right hardware. Otherwise, it will use like other heuristics like first 5 words. It will then allow you to edit the cues, and then it will then read the cues to you, and you can navigate through them and get the full lines if you need them as well.
That's awesome.
It's a 7-day free trial, and then it's $20 one-time payment.
That is great. Trey, real quick, I don't know what camera are you using right now? It keeps zooming in on your face, and I keep losing your mouth. And then now it's back up off of your face.
It's because I keep leaning forward. I'm sorry. I'm using iPhone Stage Manager, and it's a different desk thing. I need to try and stay in my seat, probably.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I move around all over the place. It would be crazy if I was specifically there. That's really cool, Trey. So what are your goals of, obviously some of the goals of Scriptate is to add to some of your revenue portfolio. Is that correct? Do people have to buy it?
So yes, it is a $20 one-time purchase. I am going to come in a later Mercury and give off a QR code or two, and a promo code or two to get a little bit of a discount. But my main thing is I would like to hire a developer to do a full code audit on it, because like we've mentioned before, I used Codex the entire thing. I did not read any of the code. And I would like to just have the app, somebody who has experience, because I'm kind of shooting from the hip, as it were.
I made your face really big. Our faces are really big now. I changed the thing. I love it. I'm gonna keep it here for a second. Trey, when you're doing the coding, so then do you just prompt, like, how does that work? Because I'm about to get Claude Code here and maybe try some other things. Now I can read HTML and CSS. I'm not super good at linking. I forgot how you would classify it, but like where you can like group, like, so for example, there's a way in CSS where you can change like the color in one area, and then it changes that color because it's associated with something across everything within a website. I'm not super good at that part. I can read C# and I can read Java. And so my question is, when you're doing that, if you're not reading any of the code, how does that specifically work? Do you just say, I want like a square image here, or I want, like, what does the prompting look like when you're using something like Codex?
So I know enough about coding that I have like these things that I think will work well, or I will ask it to check Apple's documentation, and then I try and use my own understanding of code to try and have it build something that's going to work. And then I will test it, and if it doesn't work, I will come back and say, hey, the code editor, Xcode in the case of Script8, because it's an iOS and Mac app, gave us this error, and this error. Please fix it, and it will fix it. And if it is just like a design thing, I will say, hey, I don't like the color of this button. Please fix it so that it has better contrast or something like that.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm happy for you. Well, so Grandma's down in Billings. Is she down there because it's Good Friday, because of Easter? Is she going to that church down there for? Is today Good Friday? Today's a Friday.
Today is
all Fridays are good.
All Fridays are good. Yes, she is going down there because a family member wanted to have her for Easter.
Got it. And you're not going?
I wasn't invited, so no
well,
worries.
Okay. All right. Well, Trey, you're invited over to Dustin's for Easter. Wait, Dustin, Debs and Laughlin, are you going to have Easter this weekend?
Nope.
Fantastic. So we're all going to relax. I'm going to get the dogs and chill at home with Mom. So what else was going on, Trey? Anything else exciting happening this week?
So I got back into human design a little bit and started exploring my chart again.
Oh man,
that's about it.
Buddy. What's your chart? I'm a generator. What are you?
I am a splenic projector.
A splenic projector? What is that? Wait, Dustin, are you a projector?
No, I'm like a manifester.
You're a manifester.
Hermit.
Yeah, he's a manifester, which is really cool. And that works well with me because he can manifest stuff and I can generate it. Or I can generate, I don't know if that works. So what's a splenic projector?
It is, a lot of my gates are hanging gates. So everything, when it comes to the root, I have like 5 hanging gates in there. The only channel that is active is the one between my spleen and my identity. So I have to listen to like the bursts of insight and stuff like that. And I can't like generate the power myself. I have to work with people and be invited in.
Yeah. What made you want to start getting back into human design this last week?
A little bit of the podcast, a little bit of thinking about certain things, learning quite a bit.
yeah. Actually, I'm a generator with I'm a 4-8 generator. I think so. Essentially, like your 2 lines, they like are supposed to contradict each other in some capacity. So like one of my lines is a hermit line and one of my lines is a building wealth through networking. So a lot of my wealth is really good through networking, done through networking, which is very true because of my partnership with Coach JV, my relationship with Johnny Krypto for Blockheads. I network and build podcasters and try to grow them through that. So a lot of my wealth is from networking, but I also work very well by myself, and I have to hermitize myself so that I can focus in and get like a lot of stuff done. And it's one of the biggest things that I struggle with, because I was talking to May, not to get too into human design, but I recommend everybody out there go and research human design because it's very good, a very strong, I guess, thing that you could do to get a better understanding of who you are and how to react to certain things and to build your wealth or build your businesses or build your life in the world. And so I was talking to May about it because where I get frustrated is like I get asked by so many people to help them with something, or I constantly get interrupted. And that's one of the biggest problems with fourth lines, is that when I'm doing something or when I want to do something, I have such a large network that people are constantly asking me for things, but then there's sometimes where I just need to be left alone so I can get my stuff done. And then that's where my, I guess, discrepancy or frustration comes in with a lot of stuff. But that's cool, Trey, that you're doing that. All right. So if you don't know, Age of Radio, or Mercury, is brought to you by Age of Radio. So head on over to ageofradio.com and check out all of our amazing podcasts. Some of the new podcasts are out are the Come Up Method podcast. It's a real growth starts with true. I like just move it back, Dustin. I don't remember all the podcasts. There's so many podcasts. The real growth. Oh my gosh, it kept moving again. Oh no, I want to go. Okay, let's start there. MMS Inspirational. Check that out. Music for believers, positive-minded people, and those seeking encouragement and optimism. There's also the Come Up Method podcast as well. Real growth starts with real truth. The Come Up Method podcast is a grounded, no fluff approach to personal growth, mindset shifts, and momentum building. We also have the Stress Test. The Stress Test radio show is a stress test free zone that helps listeners reduce stress at work, home, or wherever they may be right now. There are tons of podcasts on the podcast network, and we are launching a lot of new things this coming up year to really build and strengthen the podcast network and to make sure that everybody that it chooses to be on the network, because anybody can join the network for free. We help distribute, grow, and monetize their shows, and we're continuing to make that better and better as we move forward. And we have 2 new shows that are going to be coming on as well. So head on over to ageofradio.com. We have a great show in store for you today. Lots of news. We have every video game prank from April Fool's Day 2026. We have Supergirl only has 3 days to save her dog's life in a newly released trailer. Not treasure. It is a treasure. A trailer is a treasure. And then we also have OpenAI's video plagiarism app, Sora, was reportedly losing $1 million a day, and a bunch of other amazing articles. I'm going to hit the amazing button because I don't know. Dustin's just sleeping. I'm going to hit amazing. All right, Dustin, what was your favorite part about Disneyland?
Seeing you take pictures with your shake.
Yeah, I took a lot of pictures with my milkshake. It was really great. Ghirardelli's or however you pronounce it, they have the best milkshakes in the world. And the only places there are stores that I'm aware of are in Chicago and in Disneyland on Pixar Pier in California Adventure. So after I got my milkshake, I took pictures with it because I don't know when I will get a Ghirardelli's milkshake again. Probably when I go to Chicago before I come and see Trey in Montana. Going to be so much stuff happening this year as long as everything goes well. And yeah, so that was fun. What was your favorite ride, Dustin?
My favorite ride was the Cars ride, actually.
The Cars ride was pretty sick. Yeah. My favorite ride is still Guardians of the Galaxy, and then probably Indiana Jones. Rise of the Resistance was cool.
Those were good. I think my favorite thing about Disney altogether is just Logan's reactions to the rides that he did go on.
Yeah,
I think was pretty cool.
Yeah, and Logan's Dustin's son. What were you gonna say, Trey?
Did you guys go on the paraglider?
The hell's the paraglider?
Oh, you didn't go to the paraglider?
Is that in Disneyland or is that in Disney World?
It's in Disneyland. It's in the adventure parks area. There's this thing where they strap you into this paraglider, and fans, because they have all of those really interesting stuff, these fans blow on you, they lift you up into the air, and this big screen comes on, and they take you around the coast of California.
Yeah, we did go on that. It's called Soaring Over California, and that is our least fit. And on my deathbed, no, I love the ride. The ride is great. On my deathbed, though, I'm going to curse California Adventure and Soaring Over California. So that day, one of the screens was shut down. They did not have a fast pass line open. Deb really wanted to see it. It had a 90-minute wait from start to finish. It took us 2 hours and 15 minutes to get from the start of the line through the specific ride. But it is really fun. And Logan almost pissed his pants. So Logan, I'm sorry.
He was shivering, shaking.
Logan was so scared of being up that high because we were on the first row, so we were the highest up. because it does one row and then the second row's underneath and then there's a third row and then you're staring at the screen. But yes, we did go on that. Have you been on that ride, Trey?
I have. I went to Disneyland for my graduation trip. It was so fun.
Yeah, Disneyland's obviously the happiest place on earth. I love Disneyland. I love Disney. I'm a Disney adult. I was raised by my crazy two cousins who are obsessed with Disney. One of them goes all the time, like once a week. I feel like she goes there, and she lives in Arizona, and she's a school teacher. So I don't know how she's paying for all that, but we're not going to get into that. What we are going to get into is every video game prank from April Fool's Day 2026. Happy April Fool's Day on April 3rd. Exciting for some and stressful for others. And one of the greatest things about this was there were a bunch of video game companies that released fake trailers of video games. And the first one we're going to talk about is The Witcher Wild Hunt, which probably pissed off a lot of people because The Witcher and CD Projekt Red is one of my favorite gaming publishing companies. They do an amazing job. And this is a fake trailer. So let's take it away with our first fake trailer of April Fool's Day pranks. Dustin, if you highlight over it, I should be able to click YouTube maybe. Oh, yours is weird.
Here we are again.
Mine just makes it big.
Get ready. Because this year, the past is about to change.
Are you in film?
Introducing Roach, the controller that is also a hobby horse. Nothing horse. And now you get to experience the game both as Geralt. Yeah, faster. And his trusty companion Roach. 10 years ago, a horse motion capture session. That very day, it hit me. No, kicked me. What if the horse was a controller? We took the prototype into a mock-up studio and made sure the horse
Slow down.
will follow your every step. After countless iterations, we've made enormous progress. Now, thanks to precise motion tracking, Roach will never stray from the path like she used to.
Roach. Step up your game.
Okay, let's.
And take your hobby to the next level.
I would actually use that. I think that would be more fun than riding a real horse because I've ridden a real horse and they're assholes. Yeah. Trey, have you ever been on a horse?
A long time ago, back when I was real young.
Dustin,
They are assholes.
Do you hear? They are. They're the biggest jerks of all time. I won't get into the story. Oh, I get it. It's so I always hear you hear that weird sound? Yeah, it's the pipes. The pipes are gonna burst in the academy, and I don't want to manifest that. Okay. I want to hold on 1 second here. Okay, perfect. I want to see if you can pull it up on YouTube because I don't like watching the little video. I like watching a big video. Yeah, I want to do Mega Man. This is a Mega Man trailer. Pragmata is a Mega Man. I think the pipes. That was horrible. Play it again. Play it one more time. I'm leaving it screen on. The road was still from the best one. We've only walked it. So weird. I don't even understand what was happening.
No, that one was a weird
That was
one.
a weird one. Oh, let me go read the art. Okay. So a secret Mega Man game, Pragmata, an upcoming third-person shooter for Capcom, is a brand new IP, but that hasn't stopped some from theorizing the game is secretly connected to one of the most iconic gaming franchises of time, Mega Man. I see what it was. Because of that, they took Pragmata and then they added in Mega Man as an April Fool's joke. All right. This next one, Power Washer Simulator 2. So would you simulate a power washing machine, Dustin? Game?
I've seen it. Some people think it's like soothing. They shut your brain off and just clean stuff, I guess. Power wash? I'm thinking of
All right, Power Wash Simulator 2, Date the Dirt. Fans on the internet can and will fall in love with any fictional character, no matter how bare bones their appearances are, which makes wacky dating sims a popular April Fool's prank. Power Wash Simulator is really taking advantage of the idea with Date the Date. So Power Wash Simulator is an actual game, and this is a fake version of Power Wash Simulator 2, Date the Dirt. Take it away, Dustin. That was a cute one. I think that I did. Would you date the dirt? Would you date the dirt, Dustin? Yeah, all right. An event one is there. So an event is happening now in Pokemon Pokopia, the copycat challenge. Event period ends April 2nd at 4:59 p.m. or PT time. Some Pokemon imitate the way other Pokemon speak and quiz you. Pass the quiz and you'll receive an inflatable Subawoodo. Be sure to talk a lots of different. Show more. Can I show more? Oh my god, it went somewhere else. It went to actual X. I don't want to go on X. We're not going to read that whole thing. All right, there's that one. Is there any other cool videos though? I want to see videos. Landfall Day. Landfall is an indie studio with a rich history of releasing games on April 1st, and most recently did so with content warning. As a result, the company has deemed April Fool's Day to be Landfall Day and hosted a live stream with updates about 3 of its recent games. First, Haste and content warning, 2 PC exclusives, are coming to consoles, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Switch, while Peak is getting a special update. So is this a live stream here? What's going on here?
Kick replaces help. Now you can wail on your unsuspecting friends. A single slip of their toe and the scouts go flying into oblivion. Kick them into submission. Let them take those jobs. Because helping comrades is for the weak.
Wait, so is this real though, or is this April Fool's? Because it says, while Peak is getting a special update, the help button, which allows you to reach a hand out to your climbing buddies, is now a kick button, letting you launch your friends to their inevitable doom. So I hope that that's a real thing. Oh, we should check that out later. All right, Sega claims it has made its logo 3% more blue. We can really see the difference. Can you? We should try to do April Fool's Day joke next year, but I don't know what we would specifically do. I'm excited for this next one though. Trey, do you like Final Fantasy games?
I do.
And also, too, I'm drinking Panda. Panda Express is not brought. Mercury is not brought to you by Panda Express. So, I don't know. I hope YouTube blocks this live video. Square Enix is officially not launching a show called Party Chat, which brings together iconic characters from the storied studio's past to talk about their experiences. Unfortunately and hilariously, the series has started with a conversation between Namazu and Moogle, and neither speak a real language. This is going to be, wait for it, amazing. Why was the ending so long on that? That was super long. I like that old video of CJV right there on your YouTube. No. Love it. Payday 3, non-payday character mode. The Payday developers have unveiled an exciting new mode where players will be able to live normal, sad, boring lives instead. Even for April Fool's Day, this trailer really goes to some wild places. Take it away, Dustin.
Introducing a whole new Payday experience. Be a part of the heist from a completely new perspective. Live the life of a regular guy in the world of Payday. Customize your character. Choose difficulty. Try to build your life in the Big Apple. Explore the world and complete your objectives. Apply for jobs. Get rejected at Hunger Mobs because you don't have a PhD. Shop and interact with hundreds of stores. Buy some smokes to feel better.
Light up, my friend.
Boost your happiness at the expense of your health. Struggle with your partner. Ease your pain with alcohol, which will unlock a whole new decision tree.
Holy fuck, you disgusting pig.
But remember, your actions have consequences. Negotiate with banks regarding your mortgage.
April Fool's
Try
Day.
different tactics.
They're going into
Sir,
everything that happens.
economics nerds. This is hell on earth.
Try to smooth things over with your girl by buying jewelry with your last dollars. Experience what it's like to be a hostage.
Shut the fuck down and shut the fuck up.
Do as I say, or you'll probably live till tomorrow. That's right.
Fight for your future.
This is our payday, fellas.
And whatever you do, don't be a hero.
All right, if you're just joining us right now, we're going through some April Fool's Day video game pranks that publishing houses put out or developing companies put out of fake video game trailers. Jinx, there's even one in there from Square Enix where there was a Square Enix chat a function that they were going to be introducing. But again, these are all April Fool's Day jokes. You can head on over to where's this at? Game Informer if you want to check all of them out. And then Trey, is this inside of our Discord?
Yes, every article today is part of the Discord.
Perfect. All right. Well, moving right along in some more of the breaking news. Supergirl only has 3 days to save her dog's life in a newly released trailer. The new trailer for Warner Brothers and DC's upcoming Supergirl movie gives us our first extended look at Jason Momoa's Lobo in action and also reveals that the movie's plot is all about Supergirl, played by Millie Alcock, trying to save Krypto, her superpower dog, from dying after he's poisoned by nasty villains. I think, Dustin, if you scroll down a little bit, the trailer should be there. I want to check this trailer out for a couple of reasons, and then I want to get your thoughts, Trey, because I liked Superman, the new one, and I think you liked it too. Is that correct? You saw it, right?
Yep, I did.
Yeah, because we did a thing on it, if I'm not mistaken. And so you saw it. I really liked it. You really liked it. Alex hated it. No one knows who Alex is. Alex used to do some of the Mercury stuff with us to help out. He has a business called Arizona Backyard Barbecue. So with Superman, I really liked it. I liked the idea of Supergirl. The only thing that I'm kind of disappointed into this, I didn't know Jason Momoa was playing Lobo. So I haven't seen this trailer. I hope that he does a good job. I think that James Gunn can maybe pull it out of him. I like Jason Momoa as a human being. But I've never really liked him as an actor because I personally know him. That's not true at all. I don't personally know him. So let's see this official trailer and see what this looks like.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people.
Little dog!
Oh, miss wherever you are, buddy. Krypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But look, almost by definition runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Bunny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
Yeah, that looks really good. I think that I don't know. Did James Gunn direct it? I'm not sure if he was the one that directed it.
I think he did direct it. I think that DC contracted him to do a whole bunch of movies. I also have to agree with Jinx here. Let me see if I
would
can
cry
find the
through the
comment.
whole movie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I would definitely probably cry through that whole movie because I love my dog. The only thing that I will have to agree with Alex though on one thing, that I feel that with James Gunn taking over the DC universe, we're just going to get a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy-esque type of visuals. That was one thing that I thought that was very similar when I was watching Superman, because it was very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. The same thing with his version of Suicide Squad, and then I think Peacekeeper was a little bit different on some of it, but I think that we are going to get a little bit more of that the type of the visuals that he does. But I will say that his use of music has always been, I really liked how he's used music in Guardians of the Galaxy and Superman, and now how he did the music in this, I think was pretty impactful. I think it's going to be a good movie. And Jason Momoa, like I said, I like Jason Momoa, but even his acting in this is just how he's acted in everything else. It's just like we're watching, who did he play before in the other DC? He played Aquaman. So just like I was watching Aquaman, but in different colored outfit. But again, I'm not bashing Jason Momoa. He seems like a really, really cool guy because I know him personally, and that's not true. I don't want people to really think that I know him.
Do you?
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Me, Trey. That's the point of the show. The point of the show is to interrupt everybody. Trey, go.
Okay, so do you remember back when he was doing interviews for Superman, and he kind of said that the reason, or he wasn't really sure he wanted to do it because he couldn't find a thing to latch onto or a point of commonality or something like that?
Yep.
And he said that was the dog?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
don't
noticed
it was the dog. I remember, but that is a good point, and I think that's interesting.
I noticed he seems to have a very keyed in thing because
And it's
both
based
plots.
off of his. It's based off of his dog, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Supergirl's dog. I forgot her name. No, I don't know if it takes. I don't know that part. I'm still kind of out on because she gets Krypto back at the end of Superman. This could take place after she gets him back, and then maybe she leaves again. Correct, and then they just did a John Wick story, like they've killed my dog or about to kill my dog, so I'm gonna kill everybody. Which John Wick was an amazing movie. Trey, did you watch John Wick and did you enjoy it?
I did watch John Wick. Yeah, that was a really fun movie. Very, very brutal, though.
Super brutal. That's why I genuinely love it. OpenAI's video plagiarism app Sora was reported losing $1 million a day. We have recently, due to overwhelming push from creatives that I know, we haven't been doing our Sora AI slop segment. I'm not sure if we will bring it back, but OpenAI's video app Sora launched last September. In no time, users started sharing generative slop, hence our AI slop segment. I don't know if we'll bring it back. Maybe we'll bring it back. I don't know. Maybe we'll just get slop and make Dustin eat it.
I don't think there's much of a way to.
It'll be called Dustin's slop.
I don't think there's much of a way to do it now because a lot of the cameo stuff, that's all Sora.
Yeah. What do you mean? What is AI slop or what is slop in general? AI slop is any type of image that generative AI image that is created in a short format content. So you take Sora, me and Trey go up there and we make some videos with ourselves through the cameos, and it's just like me and Trey running through bubbles. That would be considered AI slop. Yeah, the other slop that you would be eating would be the stuff that they feed to pigs. But in retrospect, I love pigs, and so I would probably eat the slop that we do. And if I could eat it with pigs, it would be even better. So again, there's all kinds of ripping off of everything from Dragon Ball Z to SpongeBob. It's now shutting down. And a new Wall Street Journal report reveals why. It was shedding active users and costing the company a fortune, allegedly $1 million a day to be precise. According to the Wall Street Journal, the platform peaked at 1 million daily users before eventually dwindling to less than 500,000 users. Still making videos of Sam Altman grilling Pikachu and Studio Ghibli. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli, Trey? I don't want to say it wrong. I always say it wrong.
Ghibli is how I know how to.
Studio Ghibli filing other copyrighted IP didn't come cheap. Sora was losing roughly $1 million a day, according to a person familiar with the matter. The AI-generated video sharing platform was meant to help OpenAI win over customers, and which is odd because that was probably the least thing that they should have done to win over customers and convince the general public that that's rapidly becoming hostile toward LLMs, that slop could be fun and cool. Disney was so on board, it agreed to pay the company $1 billion for services to help Mickey hitch a ride aboard Altman's AI Express. So I guess, Trey, it looks like Sora is going to be shutting down.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer although I wasn't using it so much. Like there's a very clear, I can understand, especially because people were utilizing the hell out of this. If you were on TikTok for a couple months there, I think that's kind of calmed down now. There was constant AI anime slop out there, and yeah. I'm not surprised that they're getting copyright complaints.
Absolutely. Well, I think that OpenAI just got valued at $835 billion. It is a company that barely makes any money in the scheme of things, and it's almost worth $1 trillion because people have been giving money to Sam Altman. And in my opinion, Sam Altman is one of the I'm not going to call him a con man. I think he's one of the best business venture capitalist raising people that has ever existed. And I don't, as of right now, I do not think OpenAI is worth that much, but I'm curious to find out what happens if they start releasing actual physical products, which unless I'm behind on News Tray, they're still planning on releasing their John Ivy speaker.
Yes, they are. Also, so there is kind of conflicting things here because OpenAI also raised like $100 million in advertising money, and that's with most of the users on the app still not seeing any adverts yet.
Yep, that's weird.
So that's probably part of it, part of their valuation.
That could be very good. And one of the things that I think that's important to remember here, and the reason why I toned it down on the AI slop is because, again, we're about lifting creators up. That's like the main mission of Age of Radio. And so while I thought it was fun and thought that more people would be involved, I do see that there is a real push against generative AI and AI in general, not only from a resource perspective, but then also from what it's doing to creators. And that is something that I believe in as it relates to creation and creating. I think there's a place for AI from a generative AI standpoint, but I toned back putting the AI slop on there because, there was a push against Mercury, our show, specifically for doing that. And I thought about it. I was like, I'll just hold off on it. We'll still talk about AI. I don't have a problem talking about it because, again, that's one of the biggest things that's shaping our culture, and that's the point of the show. But when we were at WonderCon over the weekend, they have a masquerade. It was a beautiful cosplay masquerade. There was all kinds of contestants, and one of the main contestants that ended up winning it, during her performance, they had signs up that said no AI. And there's a big fear in the creative space that AI is going to be utilized in making outfits for cosplay. It's going to be utilized in art. It's going to be utilized in all types of pieces of stuff being created in the creator space, and from writing to anything, right, that you can create. And they're trying to push back on that. Now, while I think AI is going to move forward anyway, and it's not going to stop that, I do think that we need to be cognizant of that. The other thing that I did get to see when I was there was I was able to record Jinx and Thermo doing their masquerade performance from a League of Legends Arcane movie. So if you don't know what cosplay or show, if you don't know what cosplay is, it's where people take their favorite characters, they try to create them. And if you don't know what a cosplay masquerade is, Jinx could probably explain it better, but it's where they go and they masquerade and they compete with each other essentially for different prizes. And I'm excited to play this next clip because this is Jinx, also known as Jessica Malik 8108, as I'm seeing her here in the comments. And she does say down here that I think AI just needs to be regulated in regards to arts, etc., which we talk about that. So and this is not only Jessica, but Thermo's in this. And if you want to know who Thermo is, you can check her out at Thermo AZ. And you can also go watch our Mercury world famous vendor walkthrough, as I'm calling it now, because Sam or Thermo did join us on that. So go and check that out. But this is Thermo and Jinx performing at the WonderCon cosplay masquerade from League of Legends Arcane. Dustin, hit it.
Lost in the Arcane. Welcome to Pit Over, where the weary lay their heads. Take two! Wow! I promise I can read.
He did not do very well reading. It's also hard reading.
Welcome to Pit Over.
Because I do it on.
Where the weary lay their heads to rest and the ambitious pursue unique experiments to awaken the arcane. Be wary, newcomers, for there is a darkness here that consumes. Can you survive it?
That's Sam, the Thermo.
this time now. I can feel the light shine on my face. Did I disappoint you? Was to make me over if I cross the line?
That was made by Thermo AZ and Jinx Cosplay and worn by Thermo AZ and Jinx Cosplay. Let's hear it for contestant number 13.
Jinx said that she messed up her skit, but if she stopped saying that, no one would know that you messed up the skit because you couldn't see a spot where you messed up the skit at. But again, that was that's yes, because Jess, I didn't know how to use my iPhone. It took me like 3 hours to figure out how to get that into iMovie and then cut it in iMovie. And by cutting it, I mean taking off 2 seconds at the end of it and then exporting it, then logging into my iMovie account on my computer and then downloading that and then having to convert it from .movie to .mp4 so that I could put it up inside of this for it to play. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. We are making it for PFF. We are redoing it for PFF. If you guys don't know what PFF is, it's Phoenix Fan Fusion. And I have to remember that I'm doing a panel there. So, Dustin, we have to do a panel there.
What's that mean?
I have no idea, but we're going to figure it out. Trey, what did you think? This was your first time seeing it.
That's really cool. The choreography and stuff, it was very neat.
Yeah, a lot of stuff goes into this. I just really want to. If you guys don't know, this started 2 years ago as an Instagram live show, and then we got a bunch of followers, and then we lost them all on YouTube because they shut us down. We're not going to talk about that. But the point is that it all started because I started talking to cosplayers and learning about their craft, and then that's kind of turned into what this is. And we're working on getting a lot of those old Instagram videos out and up onto YouTube on this new Mercury channel that we have, which is just the Mercury brand. Moving forward, but you did a fantastic job, Jinx. Thermo did a fantastic job. You both are so crafty. And Trey, inside of our Discord, and if you want to tell people about our Discord now, but Thermo actually, while she was making some of that cosplay, she was actually uploading the making process in our Discord. So can you tell people about how to join our Discord?
Yes, so if you go to discord.com/Age of Radio, you can join our Discord. We have a whole bunch of stuff in there. We have podcasting, we have trivia questions, we have our anime roundtable and our gaming night. And
which
also it's a great
cancel, but me and Trey have fun when we do it. There's a QR code up there. I'm trying to do it, trying to get it with my fingies.
Anime Roundtable, speaking of which, is on the Monday after, or no, sorry, the Tuesday after next, because this entire month is going to be a late one, since today's only the 2nd. And then it's also the best place to be informed about a lot of our events, and this month is going to be pretty big for events, Jeremy, on X, when it comes to the spaces.
I know I have to go see Super Mario Galaxy, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We're going to have an X on it here soon. So I got to figure out when I'm going to see that. Maybe Dustin will go see it, and then he'll write me a synopsis of it. All right, moving into podcast news. There is a full list of the podcast nominees for the 30th Annual Webby Awards. For the first time, the awards have dedicated categories for video podcasts. Again, video podcasts, they're now using the right term. They're not just calling them podcasts. They're calling them video podcasts, which is just someone sitting in front of a camera and talking. We're not going to talk about it. iHeartMedia has 16 nominees. Audible has 10, and both SiriusXM and Wondery have 6 nominees each, which brings me to the conversation that I want to have with you, Trey. Should we start our own podcast awards and block out, like, there's a download requirement to be like lower downloads? Because I feel like the Webby Awards is just for like big players in the space, because those were all large corporations that had their shows for the Webby Awards.
Yes, actually, I do think that we should definitely do that, and having a download cap would be a good thing, and especially a separate segment for just Age of Radio podcasts. I do think it would be kind of fun to do like a like different categories. The only thing is we would need heaps of, like, I might have to set like a codex agent or something like that if we can ever get clean access to the stats to organize and do some data analysis on our podcasts, because that's a whole different thing. But
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's
that would
because
help.
Megaphone has garbage analytics, and you can't access anything through an API. Yeah, Spotify. Sorry. I'm our arch nemesis. Arch nemesis. All right, so real quick rundown. 30th Annual Webby Podcast nominees: scripted fiction shows, DC High Volume, Red for Revolution, The Big Fix, A Jack Bergen Mystery, Calm Sleep Stories by Calm, Buzz the Man on the Moon, Best Partnership or Collaboration. I'm not in there, Dustin. I clicked on the little link at the top. See where it says exclusive? We have a full list of podcast nominees for the 30th Annual Webby Awards. Go down, go down, go down. Up right there. Click on that. All right. Best Partnership or Collaboration. The Rest is History. The Bowen Yang. Not Gonna Lie with Kylie Kelsey. Who's Kylie Kelsey? Is that a Kelsey?
Jason Kelsey's wife.
That's Jason Kelsey's wife. So Jason Kelsey, who's Jason Kelsey?
He played center for the Eagles.
Okay, and then what? Doesn't he have a famous brother that's married to a Swift?
Yes, Travis Kelsey.
And he's married to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
See, Dustin does come in handy during this podcast, but I can ask him stuff that I don't know. Look at that, Dustin coming in for the win here. So Kylie Kelsey has a podcast that's oddly up for a Webby, and no one's ever heard of her before. Is she like a big person outside of that?
Well, I think he does it with her in the beginning.
The My Disney Spectacular, Jason Kelsey does a Disney Experiences podcast?
No, maybe not that one.
The Story of Women in Kenya, Downtown Abbey, the official podcast. Best Host, Good Hangin', Amy Poehler. That's a good one. Next Question with Katie Couric. I love Katie Couric, so go Katie Couric. The Mel Robbins podcast. Baby, this is Kiki Palmer. Okay, the point is, go and check all these out. Listen to a bunch of content, because we're being overwhelmed with content of all shapes and sizes. All over the planet is content coming at us. But that is the Webby Awards. When are they going to be at? Webby Awards. Trey, do you know when they're going to be?
I will, I am getting a massive echo, guys, just letting you know.
Yeah, it's the freaking, it's not an echo, Trey. You know what that is? It's the pipes. The pipes are making ridiculous sound, and it's coming through the microphone. Hear that?
It's like a hum.
Yeah, is it like a humming, Trey?
No. I'm actually hearing my voice, or I was. It doesn't seem to be happening anymore.
Okay, well,
strange.
Okay, Jess says she doesn't hear an echo, but I hear the pipes in here. It's scary as hell, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. Joey Galvez, 1984, joined the party. Everybody, give me a fire and like this show wherever you're watching it at, and share it with 17 people. Share it with a friend and get into, I don't know, maybe a giveaway. All right, podcast versus streaming. Data shows performance divide and why advertisers use both. And again, if you are interested in putting an advertisement on Mercury, reach us out to us at support@ageofradio.com. And if you're interested in advertising on the Age of Radio Podcast Network, where we do 75 to 80,000 downloads a month across the network, reach out to me as well. I don't know what I just did in my microphone. Podcast advertising continues to outperform streaming audio when it comes to driving consumer action, but new data suggests the two channels are increasingly being used together to balance performance and scale. According to PodScribe's latest performance benchmark report, podcast ads generate higher conversion rates on a per impression basis than streaming audio, reinforcing the medium's strength as a direct response channel. By contrast, streaming audio tends to deliver lower cost impressions and broader reach, making it an effective tool for building awareness and extending campaigns. So let me look at it. Podcast ads generate higher conversion rates on a per impression basis. So it sounds like the podcast advertising creates a larger conversion rate. And in streaming, like we're doing right now, it tends to deliver lower cost impressions. So costs lower for us to do this, and it's also a more effective tool for building awareness and extending the actual ad campaigns. So again, podcasts, and this is what we have been saying at Age of Radio Ad Space for a very long time, trying to talk to advertisers, that one of the best things of why you do podcasting is because it works as a way to hit awareness and conversion. So usually what a lot of people are trying to do is they're looking for that mid to low funnel place, but mid to low costs a little bit more, right, in a funnel, and you utilize that after your brand starts to get better known. When you're a small business or a small going into a medium-sized business, a lot of the paid ads that you do needs to be in the awareness space and in the mid to funnel range. Okay. And that's one of the things that we try to tell people, that podcasting works really, really well. You can get low cost, you can get better conversion inside the podcast, right, which is that mid funnel. And you can also get a low cost per impressions for getting the awareness of your product or your brand out there. So again, I think this is really good, important data for people to understand from an advertising perspective. Trey, do you have any thoughts on this, sir?
Awesome stuff. Glad that they're doing stuff like this, but other than that, nope.
Fantastic. Love it. Love it. All right. Comcast makes case for pairing TV with podcasts to drive results. Trey, I want to start before I go into this article. Do you have Netflix?
I do have Netflix. Yeah.
Have you seen on the part on Netflix where they advertise the podcast now? Have you seen that yet?
I have not. Nope.
Yeah. So there's a section now in Netflix that says podcast. And again, it's like the big named ones that are like The Breakfast Club is on there, which is a very popular radio show, which is now a video podcast. And so my question before I go into this, do you see video podcasting or more stuff like that? Let me rephrase it. What are your thoughts? Do you see streaming companies now trying to get more into that YouTube space by trying to find people that are making their own podcasts and then getting them to distribute them through, say, Netflix or through Disney Plus, maybe not Disney Plus, Netflix or Hulu or something along those lines?
I think it will be approached by a lot of them because it's a very effective way to pad their margins without having to pay too much extra. Although it would really depend on how much they're paying the creators, right? So I don't know how effective that's going to be for the creators, especially. But I think that because a lot of these streaming companies operate on very thin margins, from what I've heard. So this is a good way to try and pad those a little bit.
Yeah. I concur, sir. I concur. But again, as Comcast makes the case for pairing TV with podcasts to drive results, this is going to be a little bit different, but I wanted to get your thought on that because I forgot that I had seen that last night on Netflix. And I was like, oh, there it is. Podcasts now on Netflix. So again, how deeply has podcast advertising penetrated Madison Avenue? If you guys don't know what Madison Avenue is, it's a street on New York where a lot of the big ad agencies are. This answer may come from television ad seller Comcast Advertising. The ad sales unit of the broadcast and cable TV giant is pitching television as an add-on to podcasts. Comcast is out with a new study that shows television ads can help to elevate the impact of streaming audio ads. It says the likelihood a consumer will seek more information about a product or service jumps 207% when television is paired with audio, the largest lift across all media channels. And this is a quote, ads within podcasts build strong personal connection, but they often operate in environments where listeners are multitasking or on the go. TV brings powerful visual storytelling that helps brand messages connect with the audience. So together, TV and audio streaming create a richer, more unified brand experience that boosts recall and actions across the platforms. That is likely tied to recall rates. And an ad recall is when you hear or you see something about an ad, and then later on something happens and you are recalled to that ad that you specifically saw. So for example, I see an advertisement on Instagram there's this plant company where they send the plant to you. It has a self-watering system. There is a base for it. And so I see that all the time on my Instagram ads. And then maybe when I'm out and I see a plant I'll be like, oh, it'd be really cool. Maybe I want to plant. Oh, there was that company that I saw on Instagram that had a plant thing. So what ends up happening in that case, and I try to explain this to people all the time or businesses, is that what happens in that case, I then therefore go onto my computer and type in self-watering plant company and try to find it and then click on it. So the click doesn't come directly from the Instagram ad, but the Instagram ad was the thing that created the ad recall lift from when I saw a plant in real life, and then I go and buy the product from the website without ever clicking on the ad itself. And so this is exactly what I try to explain to advertisers, is that you want to pair these types of things on TV. You want to have it in podcasts. You want to have meta. You want to create a campaign, and then you send it across all these different channels, because then what ends up happening is you're constantly creating an ad recall lift across everywhere, so that eventually they'll go and make the buying decision. And again, it goes back to the thing that we actually don't get to choose. Like there's a philosophical thought that says that we don't get to choose anything that we buy because of this specific thought process right here, because of the psychology of advertising. So I think that this is very true, and I think that this does work. Trey, any thoughts?
I had to giggle a little bit because it's a TV company tells you to buy more TV ads.
Yeah, which is how they usually go. Comcast, the giant TV, did a study. The giant TV cable conglomerate. They did a study that says when you buy a podcast ad, you should also buy a television ad, because they pair well together in the research that we did. That's exactly how capitalism and advertising specifically works. And I guess Joey said that Disney Plus is doing show companion streaming podcast. Show companion streaming podcasts are some of the best things that you can do in general. In fact, if you have a show that you like, even if you're not a large company like Disney Plus, if you have a show that you love, I guarantee you like Mass Virgin is a show about Married at First Sight Virgin on the Age of Radio podcast network. It's just two people that talk about that show. And it's like a companion show to Married at First Sight Virgin. Companion shows will get you a lift, and you could essentially make a side hustle out of talking on a podcast about your favorite show. Especially, me and Dustin were talking at Disneyland about entertainment and like how entertainment brings the most money. If you created a side hustle with a podcast and was like talking about, I don't know, Friends or, your favorite anime, those things do really, really well, because people that are involved with a show, or people that are involved with a movie or comics, those people, they're really involved with the things that they love, and they listen to those things. Trey, do you ever listen to any types of companion podcasts?
Yeah, they're mainly through the Gryffindor, which is a Harry Potter companion podcast that I enjoy.
You and your Harry Potter, and I've tried. I keep every week. There's not a week that goes by, Trey, where I don't think I really need to get random Harry Potter trivia questions so that I could ask you them just in the middle of a segment, and then we can keep a score with that, along with prediction time.
That would be pretty fun.
All right, I lost all of my notes here. I don't know what's next. Let's see here. We got gaming news. All right, let's do some gaming news. All right, this is fun. Seller who stockpiled memory now panicking after RAM prices dip. We're doomed. We're screwed. The worried vendor also asked if prices might go back up in the future. At least one PC parts vendor that has stockpiled a load of DRAM components as prices skyrocketed is now apparently worried they and others who bought up as much of the stuff as possible are doomed, and hope memory costs increase again soon. As spotted by Weeftech, a memory vendor in China, allegedly posted a video showing a warehouse filled with DRAM chips and memory parts, while complaining about recent news that some RAM prices have started to drop for consumers in some areas of the world. In a video shared by China Pulse on Twitter, a vendor showing off their massive hoard of stockpiled memory can be heard saying, brothers, memory have taken a massive dive. We're stuck with it. stuck with it. We're doomed. We're screwed. Is there still any chance for the prices to go back up? And I'm going to go to Trey on this one because Trey's the main person on the show here with me. Was this a thing? People were stockpiling RAM to because the prices were going up. I stockpile gold.
So yes, because all of these AI companies are trying to build a crap ton of different server farms, and the biggest thing that AI needs is DRAM components. But I think a lot of the AI enthusiasm has stalled a little bit. It's like the crypto thing. There are waves of it. So it's stalled a little bit. I think it's going to go back up. I do not think that we're at a complete thing. My bet is 2 to 3 years. There's going to be, especially because they can't stop their plans now. 2 to 3 years, and there's going to be an excess in DRAM, which is going to make memory on computers, especially for you gamers, if you're worried about your computers getting more expensive and your consoles getting more expensive, wait 3 years. Yeah, prediction time. Sorry, I should have warned you.
Yeah. Oh, look, I have this video now. Oh, prediction time. Oh, let's do it one more time. Prediction time. All right. So you think that the prices... Wait, so the predictions that you think the prices are eventually going to fall?
Yeah, so they're going to go back up for now in the short term. But around 2028 or late 2027, 2028, they're going to start falling, and there's going to be an excess rather than a shortage.
Yeah, because we're overproducing.
Correct.
Dustin, play that clip. I want to see what it is. Is this the clip?
内存大跳水了，砸手里了，砸手里了，完蛋了，完蛋了。
Why is it just thrown?
还有没有涨的机会啊？
I don't know what he said because I stopped practicing my Mandarin. Trey, how are you doing on your Japanese?
I stopped practicing that as well.
Oh
I haven't
my
been doing that.
gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Mercury is brought to you by Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. Get 30 days for free at merlincrypto.com. Merlin allows you to aggregate everything all into one place, your crypto exchanges, your cold crypto wallets, your hot crypto wallets. You can get a dashboard where you can see everything that is going on in your portfolio. And Merlin Pro, which just got released a couple weeks ago, makes it easy for you to create exit strategies without having to be able to do any technical analysis. With 2 clicks, you can click a high, you can click a low, and based off of your average price point of buy-in for a cryptocurrency, Merlin will allow you to create an exit target so that you can exit your profits on the way up and not become someone else's exit liquidity. That is Merlin. Get 30 days for free at merlincrypto.com, the smartest way to track your crypto. And that's not crypto the dog. That's crypto the currency. Trey, you don't have a PS5, correct?
I do not. Nope.
Sony's reportedly planning surgical cost reduction for the PlayStation 6, which is odd because I didn't even know the PlayStation 6 was out yet, because it's not. And I think that they're looking to slash the price because people thought that it was going to be like $1,000. So Sony reportedly has stripped out the disk drive, slashed the bill of materials to $760, and hit a $699 retail price instead of the feared $1,000. And this is according to leaker Kepler_L2, who's built credibility on hardware predictions. This digital-only base model mirrors the PS5 Pro's approach, but makes it the default strategy rather than a premium option. Do you think that this is the beginning of the end of all disk drives on consoles?
I'm actually really unimpressed by this. So I love PlayStation. I'm a huge PlayStation fan. This is not the thing. I feel like we have gone way too far into the digital only shell. I don't want to sound like the old man yelling at the crowds. I'm far too young for that.
But Trey, you're catching up there, though, buddy. You're catching up there. Dustin's too old. Dustin's not old for that. Hey, what are you, 31 now?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 33. Yeah, I'm 33.
All right, you got a couple more years to go. I can complain about it though, because I'm 42. I'm 9 years your senior. And by golly, we need to go back to the old ways of getting a hard disk in our hand and putting that in. Actually, as you guys know, I prefer physical media because of the sound quality is just way better. And me and old man William Pace from the Creators Outlet agree with that because of the compression of the sound. It's freaking horrible.
But how does it work? Does it play directly from a cloud? It has to, right?
I'm assuming that that's what they're going to be going to. Is that eventually? Well, no, because isn't PlayStation stopping they're stopping the PlayStation Network, right, Trey?
No, I don't know where you heard. Oh, they're renaming it. They're not stopping it.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, so then yeah, my guess is that it's going to go to eventually we're going to move to streaming video games.
It's already here a lot of the time. The PlayStation Portal, that's the only way I'm able to use it because I don't have the PS5 yet.
We're hardline into this stream right now on like Cox, my second sworn enemy for life. Besides, actually, Cox is my number one sworn enemy for life. Spotify is just a competitor. I don't have anything really against Spotify except they screw over people, their artists and their creators and everything on pay, and they make half-assed products that kind of suck. That I think anyway. We're not going to talk about that, but we're hardline into Cox right now. Cable internet, the highest upgrade. Don't we have like special wires and it's still shitty?
We have fiber coming directly into the building.
Yeah, we have fiber coming directly into the building, hardline into the stream, and I'm sure this mother effer is still freaking lagging somewhere. And that's why Dustin looks like this sometimes.
Yeah, that's what happens when the fiber goes down.
This is what happens when the fiber goes down. Dustin looks like that. What's going on with the fiber? All right, yeah. So, yeah. Or Dustin, to answer your question, you can download them on because I think that they're gonna work on storage.
They removed the hard drive. You have to buy an external hard drive. The thing that's supposed to
The PS6 will supposedly ship as an all-digital console with an optional external disk drive sold separately. This modular approach lets Sony reduce shipping costs and manufacturing completely while pushing digital sales where they keep a larger cut of the revenue. The setup uses a 1 terabyte PCIe Gen 5 SSD, faster than it's got that in that. Don't you download to that SSD?
No, that's just well, yeah.
Yeah, faster than current PS5 storage, but matching the same capacity that already feels cramped with 150 gigabytes plus game and stuff. Like 1 terabyte on games nowadays is going to go like that.
Yeah, but you must also control the files of the game locally, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. Trey, any thoughts on that? I don't know how that works.
Dustin's breaking off. Could you repeat what he said?
Dustin, repeat what you said louder so Trey can hear you. For the love of God.
I forget what I said.
Oh no.
No. Actually, no. It was me. So Trey, the SSD. That's gonna hold that's where you're gonna download. It's gonna have temp files on it to play the games.
Oh no, that should so there's no reason to only install temp files. If you're doing cloud streaming, you don't even need that. The PlayStation Portal is essentially an internet connected brick. It doesn't have more than 16 gigs. I think it has less than that even when it comes to storage. So it would be, if it's a terabyte or something like that, it would be to hold on to games. However, you're right that this is definitely a thing where a terabyte is not exactly enough anymore because flipping, I don't know if anybody plays Call of Duty, 800 gigabyte installs.
Yeah. But Trey, I think the main question that I had was, you download to the SSD the game, correct? Like if you don't want to stream, you can still buy the game and then you can download it on the solid state drive.
I'm going to make a slight distinction. Yes, you can still buy the game, or rather a license to the game, and then download it on the solid state drive. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Which moves a lot more towards that rent everything, own nothing kind of thing, because you're gonna buy licenses to all these games, and what happens if your account gets banned? You lose everything, as opposed to having it.
Yeah, that's very true as
know?
well. Well, and that's what the world is coming to. I don't know if it's like some kind of conspiracy, but I do feel that I think it's more of a capitalism problem than it is a conspiracy problem. It's that capitalism focuses on trying to produce the highest level of profit based off of the ability to increase earnings per share for publicly traded companies. And so when you do that, you have to think of other ways to cut costs. Like everything that we were just talking about in this was about cutting the cost of the actual PlayStation.
And I don't even think that. So I'm going to be pretty frank here. A lot of people don't make the connection between like consoles and phones, even though they make the same silicon. I think that $700 is already it's already too much, and I don't think that a lot of people will be paying that much.
So Trey,
That's
I'm gonna
just
pay
my opinion.
I'm gonna pre-order one right when it goes on there for $700 because I like having the brand new computer stuff in the world. So I will pay it, but I also bought, Dustin, you know what's in now? The Virtual Boy. I have the Virtual Boy. I'm gonna try to set it up to Rolly, and then I'm gonna try to stream the Virtual Boy next Friday.
That's fun.
It's going to be fun. You're going to be playing. You're going to be watching me too, Trey. We're going to stream it together. It's going to be an all virtual game. What's it called? Virtual Boy. It's going to be all red all day.
Oh yeah, that's just the red and black.
The red and black, baby. All right, let's go over to Xbox Games. Xbox schedule Summer Showcase and Gears of War E-Day Direct for June 7th. Just as it's starting to get warm outside in the United States, it's hotter than hell in here in Arizona. The games industry's biggest players are getting ready for the busiest new season of the year. At this time of the writing, Summer Games Fest is 67 days away, and Xbox has decided to unveil its plans for the month of June. The publisher will keep its typical time slot, the Sunday after the main SGF showcase, despite technically not being part of the SGF festival, and announce the broader showcase will be followed up by a presentation focused entirely on Gears of War E-Day. According to the announcement article, there are the times you can plan to watch the stream, so you can check out all of the streaming articles. And let's see this Gears of War E-Day trailer. Take it away, Dustin. 1D of the double Ds, baby. Like Extinction Day? All right. Dustin, did you ever play any of the Gears of War?
I think I played the first one when they came out, but it was a long time ago.
Trey?
Nope.
It was only
Never
solely
been.
for Xbox, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you have to have an Xbox.
It was.
Yeah. Joey says here, can we just enjoy the PS5 before we have another damn console? And the answer is no, Joey. We have to have brand new consoles now every 5 years. PS5's been around for 5 years, and eventually it'll be 3 years, and then we'll get into like a reoccurring console every single year, like phones. Brand new phones come out every single year. Consoles will start coming out every single year, and that's how we will live our lives moving forward.
Small correction here, Jeremy. So this December will be exactly 7 years since the PS5 was released, which is insane. Still less than 5 years because the flipping Nintendo one came out.
2026. Yeah, I see. Yes. Correct. I understand.
I just wanted to. So, and also the nice thing about these, at least recently, they've started making it so that the games get released for both consoles, so PS5 and PS4. And then it'll be PS6 and PS5. So even if you stick with your PS5, you should be able to enjoy the console for a couple more years.
Yeah. All right, moving over to Magic the Gathering, Dustin's favorite game to play. He is obsessed with it and addicted to it, and he plays the online version of it. And it looks like we have a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out earlier. Did you ever buy any of those on the Magic Online that you play?
No, but I was actually going to play tonight with Belch.
Oh, nice. Magic the Gathering's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set was only just released earlier this month. Wizards of the Coast is preparing to release the next set, Secrets of Strix Haven. And like with everything, there's a trailer for it. So let's watch that trailer. Dustin, take it away. My voice went really high there. My voice always that high, Trey.
No.
We failed? What do you mean we failed?
That you,
The
Dustin,
deadline was a deadline.
Please, Professor Fell, I can't fail. There has to be something we can do.
Perhaps. A very important creature recently escaped into the mystical archives. Retrieve it for me by noon, and I'll reconsider.
You won't regret this, Professor Fell.
Is it dangerous? Chop chop.
And I love Strixhaven.
Is that a game or like a set?
It's a set. I think
we don't
if
have
I'm not
long.
mistaken, Dustin.
We better. Huh?
That's the creature? I got this. For Lorehold! Whoops.
Don't let them get away.
I got it. Wait. No, I don't.
Everyone, come on!
We're running out of time. Fortune favors the bold.
Go! Hold on!
It's over. It's now or never.
Ah, you're just in time. Good.
Oh.
I do hate a late lunch. Congratulations. You didn't disappoint me. Now for your next assignment.
All right, so Strixhaven was Magic the Gathering first, and then they built it as a book in Dungeons and Dragons, which I love Magic schools, so I will probably get most of the secrets of Strixhaven and then never play Magic the Gathering with anyone ever, and just have cards, and then talk about playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then never play Dungeons and Dragons. Trey, do you think Strixhaven's a better school than the school in Harry Potter, which is called what again?
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Thank you. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Couldn't remember Hogwarts. Which school do you think is better, Hogwarts or Strixhaven?
So I don't know enough about Strixhaven to make a good guess. Based on the trailer, it's really cute, but I'm biased. I'll just say that.
Yeah, of course you're biased. Dustin, did you play the first Strixhaven set for Magic?
I don't think so.
I liked the one that you're in space. Was that a recent one in Magic the Gathering? I feel like they put out a new set every quarter.
There's like a new set every couple weeks.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever. That's also capitalism right there, because Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast.
Well, they've been introducing a lot of sets that
don't have anything to do with Magic the
Correct,
Gathering,
like the
like
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja, which I would still buy.
The Airbender set that was just out.
Oh, Trey, you would probably like the Airbender set.
Probably.
Also,
I've
too,
never been,
if you
so
ever remember, go ahead, Trey.
I'm going to have to check out the. It's funny, just a quick aside. I might have to check out the Magic the Gathering app again because I never really got into that. But I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links again, which has been fun.
No, card games are the best. Magic the Gathering is fun. Dustin whoops my ass every time we play because I get to play one game. I don't know what is going on. And then he's like, no, if you do this card, and then this card will activate this, and then you do this, and it creates a loop system here, and then this thing happens. And I'm like, okay, I don't play as much as you. I get it. You don't have to rub it in my face. But what I do want to rub in everybody's faces is that tortoises are also dicks. And they never die. And I'll be damned, I have two tortoises. They're sulcata tortoises. One's named Raphael and one's named Francis. And I swear I'm taking them with me whenever I die. And they're not staying longer than I'm staying. And their world's oldest tortoise isn't dead. That was just a crypto coin hoax. I have no idea what's happening. But here, this looks like an alabaster tortoise. I love tortoises, by the way. I love reptiles. If I could do my whole life over, I would probably be a tortoise. I have good news to share. The 193-year-old Jonathan the tortoise, considered to be the oldest living land animal in the world, isn't dead after all. Despite multiple outlets covering his passing, it turns out that he's alive and well, and that the rumors of his death were all the result of a hoax connected to someone trying to allegedly scam folks into handing over cryptocurrency, because we live in one of this is not me saying this, the article is saying this, the dumbest and worst eras of humanity. I don't perfectly believe that. I think we are living at the precipice of mankind, and soon we'll traverse the stars and we'll become a multiplanetary species. And if I'll have it my way, Dustin will work until he dies trying to make that happen. On April 1st, which should have given every editor and writer involved pause, the BBC, USA Today, and other outlets all reported that Jonathan had passed away. The source of this tragic news, a post from someone claiming to be the elderly tortoise's veterinarian. On Twitter, someone claiming to be Joe Hollins. The tortoise's actual vet posted, heartbroken to share, that our beloved Jonathan, the world's oldest living animal, has passed away today peacefully on St. Helena. That was a lie. Jonathan the tortoise is very much alive, the vet told the outlet. Now, where does this have to do with the coin hoax? Okay, let's go down here. Let's go down here. The outlet that covered this so quickly without checking more should have felt a bit embarrassed, but then again, who would even think to pull off a hoax like this and use it to try to get a digital coin out of people? So the fake Hollins has since confirmed that it was all a hoax and claims that people have actually sent him cryptocurrency, which might sound hard to believe, but then again, okay, so then were they sending them cryptocurrency out of condolences? Trey, did you read this article? I didn't read.
I did not read this article.
I'm reading it right now. We need to do a better job being journalists. We're horrible journalists. In fact, the Journalist Association of America should probably not allow us to have a journalism talk show. Let's see. If you check on the account on Twitter, you can quickly find posts about crypto and finance that seem very out of character for Hollins. So I'm guessing when the tortoise actually, I guess there's nothing about. So my guess is that they sent him cryptocurrency for condolences or to help pay for, I don't know, burying him or throwing him out back or something. I don't know. But for all of you that love tortoises, this guy's still alive.
That's how do you even, like, how did this, for one, get enough traction to even be noticed by these? Are they that starved for news?
Well, I saw a post about it the other day that he died, and I just laughed and said, "For finally." I was like, good riddance that there's one less bastard asshole tortoise in the world. That was my response to it. So I was happy. I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't like, oh no, a tortoise died. But actually,
he's 193 years old. That's something.
Yeah, the alabasters lived that long. I think he's an alabaster. Let me go see. Dustin, pull up a picture of an alabaster tortoise.
Is that because they just sit under their shell and do nothing else?
No, that's not true. My tortoises fight each other all day. They try to get into trouble. They try to break out. One of them's digging stuff into my neighbor's next door yard. They run around. They try to get into the house. They're like the most active creatures on the planet. It's like the biggest misnomer about them. Now, when you're 193, I think maybe.
Have you guys ever been to Reptile Garden in North? I think it's in North Dakota. Might be in South Dakota.
No, what's that? What's Reptile Garden?
They have a whole bunch of stuff, massive snake exhibits, and on the walking trails they have tortoises. And this flippin', when I was only there when I was young, and that flippin' thing came up to my chest or my neck. That was how flippin' big the thing was.
Yeah, it was probably an alabaster. I think it's an alabaster.
Aldabra?
Yes, that's the one.
Because I was
that's the word I was looking for.
Exist.
That's the word I was looking for, Dustin. Show that guy right there. That doesn't look anything like that guy. That's not an Abra. That's not an Aldabra. I mean, that is an Aldabra. Jonathan's not an Aldabra. Hold on, I'll find it. What type of stupid tortoise is Jonathan? Jonathan, this tortoise. Oh, Jonathan is a Seychelles giant tortoise. Man, I love turtles and tortoises. They're so asshole-ish and fun to hang out with. Trey, have you ever had a tortoise before?
Nope.
Well, all right. If you guys ever see, so I was sitting with Dustin one time, and he looked at my thing. He's like, "What is that on your arm? It doesn't even tell time. Is that a watch?" And so this thing on my arm is called a Whoop band. So it collects data on me, and it looks like that Google is preparing to take on. This is called a Whoop with a screen-free Fitbit. So Dustin, good news. I'll have another one on this hand. I'll have two data collection points. While smartwatches have become a core part of mainstream culture, there are many people still looking for alternatives. The prevalence of screen-free wearables like smart rings showcase that emerging market. I also have a smart ring. This one helps me with my sleep apnea. It tells me how low my oxygen level is at night and that I'm all close to dying while I'm sleeping. It's really exciting. For those who don't like to wear rings, there are devices like the Whoop or the Polar Loop. Those are designed more like a bracelet with tracking capabilities inside, akin to what you'll find in a smartwatch. Now it appears that Google is preparing to enter the space with a Fitbit branded product that was spotted on the wrist of NBA legend Stephen Curry. One of the, what are they called? The Splash Brothers. Yeah, him and
Splash Brothers?
him and yeah.
I don't know.
The Splash Brothers. Him and Trey Thompson. My gosh, I need to watch more basketball. The video clip shows Curry training with a band on his wrist. Go see if you can find this video. Here it is. Go down. There's the video. There's the wristband. Oh my gosh. I'm so
Where?
excited. Oh my god. Where are you at? Dustin, show me. Go up. Go up. Go up.
Read more.
You got to go hit continue reading. There we go. There's Stephen Curry, one of the Splash Brothers.
I'm excited for what this is going to mean for the world, for health and wellness. It's a first of its kind in a way. Going to school, you kind of have to see it for yourself. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Trey, I'm going to buy one. So excited for this. I'm going to have so much stupid stuff. I'm going to be a first adopter of everything and not be good at any of it. I'm really excited about that. Trey, do you ever do any data collection on your body?
So I have an Apple Watch. I've been trying to track my medications because I'm trying to like get more on board with that stuff. There's actually an app on Apple Watch that is called Bevel that does that data collection like a Whoop does. The only thing is, I do not have the drive to look or analyze all of that data, so it's literally just going to sit there if I try and do it. So I've essentially called all of that off.
The one thing that there's a few things that I like. So about about this the Galaxy Ring, what I found is my Galaxy Ring measures stress differently than the Whoop does, and so the Galaxy Ring helps with my helps me see like my stress levels, and so does the Whoop. But the Whoop has like different stress level monitoring, and it seems to be more accurate. And the one thing I do like about my Galaxy Ring, though, it helps monitor blood oxygen level, which is the reason why I started getting into the data collection, because I have sleep apnea and I wanted to see if it was getting better and or worse with my machine. And so when I do have the sleep apnea machine on, the Galaxy Ring shows me that my blood oxygen level gets into the 80% when I use it on a regular basis. And so it gets that oxygen level much higher, because technically when we're sleeping, it shouldn't even drop below the 90% range. Like nothing should change in your blood oxygen level when you're sleeping. And mine gets down to like 70% because I'm stopped breathing because of the sleep apnea. And so then I got obsessed with Brian Johnson and started reading all this stuff. And then I started buying all the stuff that he uses. The one thing that I'll say about the Whoop band that I love is it monitors like the amount of sleep that you should be getting as based off of the data that it collects. So like if I go in here right now, and Dustin's going to give me shit, but if I go in here right now and I go to the sleep monitoring, and I can go and I can see that last night I got 6 hours and 35 minutes of sleep, where I should have gotten, based off of my recovery and where I was at, 9 hours and 14 minutes of sleep. So I'm obviously a 9 hour asleep person, and that's never going to happen. In my wildest, I tried to sleep 9 hours one night when we were in Disneyland. I only made it for about 6.5, and I just woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. So there's that. And then the other thing that I love about it, it has like health monitoring. So I can see like right now my respiratory rate is 15.5 RPMs. It's within my normal range. My blood oxygen's at 95%. My beats per minute are 74. My heart rate variability is 38 milliseconds. So my heartbeat's beating every 38 milliseconds. And then my skip temperature is at -0.9, down -0.9 degrees. And the reason why I like that is because the last time that I got sick, about 4 days or 5 days before I started getting the symptoms of being sick in December from the pneumonia, it said that if these numbers didn't change, I needed to go and get tested because it could tell that I was getting sick. And that's one of the coolest things that I think of, that I like about the Whoop. And so I'm a really big fan of human body data collection. So I'm going to recommend that you all get one and then send me reports of what's going on with your bodies every day.
I'm going to have to check what Bevel can do, because I do need something where it can because my sleep schedule, especially lately, is just everywhere. And the thing about Apple's...
Trey, don't let those sleep people try to trick you into not working all the time and sleeping more. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, sleep is super important, and we should prioritize it.
Well, and it's one of those things where I need to be able to. I'm not going to get back into the human design thing again. But what I was going to say is I need something that's going to be able to detect that I'm asleep. So I'm going to see if that Bevel app can do that. If not, I'm going to see if there's another Apple Watch app that can do that. Because that I can't. Apple does it natively, but they require you to have a sleep schedule. I never hit the sleep schedule. Never.
My sleep's all over the place. All right, guys, we're coming up to the end of the show. One last video for us, and we will close this out. McDonald's and Burger King beef over CEO's viral video testing new Big Arch burger. Did I just cut the sound?
Also tonight in the business world, some business beef, you could call it. Business burger beef, if we're going to be super alliterative about it. And you know we love to be super alliterative on this show. Over this video we're about to show you here, this is the head of McDonald's. Watch this.
The moment of truth. That's a big bite for a big arch.
Okay, so maybe you see a McDonald's CEO taking a bite of a burger. Maybe you see the McDonald's CEO taking what you believe to be a tiny bite of a large burger. Whatever, it went viral. People have a lot of thoughts and a lot of hot takes on it. And people like piled on. Look, Minnie says, we're going to start test driving our cars 1 meter at a time. Aldi says, yes, Diva, give us nothing, with a little clap emoji. Then Burger King had to get in on it too. Look at this.
Not bad, right?
Only one thing missing, a napkin.
Emily Lorsch is following this one for us. Burger King's like, we had timing coincidental to put that video out, right? Like, whatever. But this is so interesting because it just, these are two massive companies. It's like the social media wars, it's the fast food wars, it's like all of it that's really front and center, probably all over everybody's algorithm right now.
Absolutely. And this comes after Burger King has said, executives said just a few weeks ago, that progress has slowed on remodeling its U.S. restaurants. And really, the restaurant sector in the past year has really been working to figure out how to reach customers in such a hyper-competitive environment. Many focusing on value meals and limited time offers. We know that
out of that hamburger on McDonald's.
Promotion for the extremely successful last year. Now, of course, it makes sense that on the day that McDonald's is bringing this Big Arch burger to the United States, that Burger King would drop this video, a very similar video. Now, we did reach out to Burger King, and I want to show you the statement that they sent us. They said, quote, "We can confirm that this video was not created in reaction to anything. While the timing may seem quick, the video was part of ongoing efforts to spotlight the recently elevated Whopper and Tom's direct engagement with guests." Now, in response to that, Hallie, McDonald's did post on Instagram, and I want to show that as well. It says, "Take a bite of our new product." Now, that was a poke at their own chief there. He got a lot of criticism when he was eating that burger. A lot of people saying he didn't seem too enthusiastic, that he was taking a small bite, and he kept referring to it as a promise there. And so that's why they made that post. Now, these two big chains, Hallie, are not the only ones that have been jumping in on this. Wendy's too is pretty well known here. They built a reputation on really having these digs. So Wendy's as well posted on LinkedIn a video of their own. I want you to take a look at that.
Yeah, they got a great visual.
Amazing. Absolutely wonderful. That's a burger. This is exactly the way a great hamburger should be.
Now, Hallie, there were also little Easter eggs throughout that video. Wendy's poking fun at McDonald's McFlurry machines being notorious for not working so well, and a few other things in there. So you got to take a listen to that.
I feel like I've seen enough of people eating burgers on TV.
Well, Trey, that does it for us today at Mercury. Any last thoughts, calls to actions?
I think that was so funny. I don't have any last thoughts. I did love a lot of the articles today. Fun little April Fool's thing. Game Informer, I didn't add any of these articles, but Game Informer does their own thing called Game Enforcer. One of their things that I wanted to mention real quick was Xbox reportedly adding gene splicing technology to the new Project Helix. now you are an Xbox.
That's funny. That's funny.
I really laughed when I saw that one.
Where can people? Oh, go ahead, Trey.
Yeah. So when it comes to callouts, make sure you check out the Scriptate app. It is now available. 7 days free trial. If you come back to another stream, we will have some promo codes for you. I will get working on that. And then you can find me just about everywhere at Creator Trey. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Absolutely. Trey, thank you so much. And you can follow me at Age of Jeremy. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Age of Jeremy. Also, listen to the Age of Jeremy podcast wherever you get your podcast. I will have a new episode of Conversations coming out, a segment that I do, a show that I do on my Age of Jeremy YouTube, and also that goes out on my podcast. I had a chance to sit down and interview Lucy from I Love Lucy Sweet Treats, talking to her about her entrepreneur journey into creating delicious baked goods for people that she sells at pop-up shops all over the valley. And so I'm really excited about that to drop on Thursday. And then my regular episode should have something out on Tuesday as well. Make sure that you listen to the new Wealth Transfer podcast on the 3T Warrior Academy website. You can check out CJV and May on there, as well as some of the other individuals that show up, our coaches inside of the 3T Warrior Academy. And then, thank you guys so much for watching Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. And also check out Cause Talk Live on Facebook, where they go live as well, Jinx and Sam. And I think that's about does it for today's episode. Again, as I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind. And we'll talk with you guys soon. Bye. Great episode, Trey.